and Marbles are both amazing players in their regions. Even nationally, they're very well respected. But when you look at Wizrobe and when you look at a player like Boom, these are international superstars of this game. By far and away, some of the finest folks to hold the controller. And as good as you can be, these two players in particular, it just feels like they're just a cut above everybody else.
Yeah, I would say that Wizzy as this game is funny in the fact that when you're on the next rung, like whoever's losing looks like they're getting slapped around, and when you, of course, if you play Bark yourself, you know that he's amazing. But
looks like we're going to be having another great run back, another good rivalry of sorts.
yes,
Marbles up against CTG.
they're trying to do the little super zip zap.
Can you elaborate on that?
If Jigglypuff does Sing and Pikachu does the quick attack through the Sing, it does like this insanely long super wave dashy up B.
The little things.
Yeah. I mean, this is what matters.
Pikachu versus Puff. I think this is going to be one of those matchups that's going to be a slower pace than the previous games that we've seen, to say the least. It's going to be a lot of dancing in the neutral game.
Yeah,
a lot of patience, a lot of evasion.
A lot of up airs and back airs from Pikachu. Marbles is one of the technical rats, though. He knows his combos against floaties.
And with CTG, playing.
So it's going to be for the neutral. That's definitely going to be a waiter. When they hit each other, there's going to be some long combos, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with CTG in particular, because he's playing Puff, I mean, there isn't really too many matchups where a Puff match is very quick. So if we talk about who's maybe more accustomed to the long game and the mental damage, the mental battle that takes place there, CTG may have an edge.
Yes.
Good up smash. Keeping it airborne. Wow, I'm surprised that he was actually able to come all the way up and then all the way down with that down air. I expected Marbles, honestly, to maybe snuff it out, though. The platform may have played a role in that. Great rest from CTG. Great stock. That was like so quick.
5 seconds.
Here I was expecting the long game.
He's got it, okay.
Right DI. Oh! Or is it great DI, right? He gets the DI, the reverse ledge, but that actually slings him in a position where Marbles was able to capitalize with the back throw.
That's good reaction, too. Instead of just trying to throw out another aerial.
Wow, you're absolutely right. Marbles, being so technical, he has those combos available on these floatier characters. He's actually going to get the stock too, so nice. Let's talk about adaptations from Marbles' side.
I mean, I think that CTG has a way of, unless you play a high-level Jigglypuff all the time, that he'll get you off guard. He'll find those grabs and those down airs, and if you've been sitting waiting for your set to go, you have to really clock in and DI immediately on those. I mean, how fast was that second stock that we saw? Like seconds.
Man, that DI was actually kind of nutty right into the stage. Little launch that he got. But smart intuition, honestly, from Marbles. I thought that a lot of players would have just rolled on early to not get caught by the downer. Oh, another beautiful rest setup.
I didn't think that would kill.
And it was actually the reverse of that very cool rest setup we saw, I think, on stock 4. Because that was on stage right, and this one was on stage left.
But yeah, I think that the adjustments have to do with that. Is that both players are know what's at stake more now.
He just knows that Marbles wants to get away. That's why he's able to react and chase down Marbles.
That is why you don't want to be playing from behind against Jigs.
Game 2.
Game 2, let's go Florida.
Well, players,
Yeah,
what do you think? Do you think we're going to be slowing down the pace a bit here? Or is it going to be kind of fast and furious like that last game was?
Well, Eric, or Marbles, is more an aggressive Pikachu. That DI was crazy. So yeah, he has to realize, you know, you got to play your opponent, and you have to be ultra careful against CTG. So yeah, a bit more patient neutral, yeah, and of course, still explosive punishes.
Oh.
I would have unbiasedly put CTG as a very slight underdog in this matchup.
Really?
So yeah, I thought that, you know, if you know the day goes, you know, according to plan, that Marvels would have came out on top.
Depends on where you're from, right? What the plan is.
Yeah. But we're in Eastern Standard Time, and
That's true. I'm feeling it. Great teleport coming out from CTG. Surprising Marbles with that up air. That can be really tricky when you're trying to be so reactionary. What the teleport gives you is just surprise burst movement. So you're looking at a Puff player and you're thinking they're going to be having this threat zone. And teleport
he does it every time it's available. And I don't know anyone else, any other Puff player that does it all the time like that. So you'd never see it coming.
Maybe Y-Bomb.
But not even that much.
That's true.
I mean, I haven't. I mean, Y-Bomb. I haven't seen a real recent tournament of his, but yeah, but.
I wonder if Marbles is actually going to be baiting out the teleport with movement around that platform in particular.
That's next level.
Great aerial. And a good stock in favor of Marbles.
So maybe this isn't going to be explosive combos. Maybe it's going to be tooth and nail.
I think so. I mean, that took that last stock took a couple of minutes actually to fully unravel. A lot to digest for sure. Short air. Nice. Consecutive aerials. The meaty hitbox from that.
Yep.
Catching Pikachu as he's trying to execute his recovery.
Just holding my breath and Pikachu's on the edge.
Good ledge pressure. So much of that was around CTG's positioning, I think, around that left ledge, right? He ended up taking the stage inch by inch, putting Marbles on the back foot and forcing him to recover. And then the edge guards themselves were actually very cleaned up, especially when you think about his other sets tonight. Oh, one thing that's surprisingly unclean, that rest whiffing, and that gives Marbles the exact opening he needs to close the stock out.
Yeah, that was a little hunger. He knew that if he landed that, how much of a better position he would be in.
Look at this, Marbles.
Slapping the Puff up.
CTG doesn't have as many resources of recovery left over.
Forward smash.
Oh,
ooh.
Done. So perfect from Marbles there, actually. The momentum from that missed rest certainly being noticed, but there, CTG,
26.
the simple confirm. It's not going to be missing that anytime. Does, however, give Marbles an opportunity to regain stage control and get a punish. And that's one scary thing about CTG is you see him burning so many jumps, you're thinking to yourself, maybe this is when I go in. But because he has that touch of death, Marbles starting to think twice.
Exactly. It's kind of that you want to threaten him, but you know the down air is real. Whew.
Man, yeah.
That grab. Felt it.
Up tilt, up tilt. Great TI from Marbles. Good. Oh, wow. CTG, I thought that he had
that's all it takes. That's the difference between losing a stock and not. That's
Again, an intense game between the two. Mistake from either side could very well spell disaster for the other. Nice. Clean up tilt.
I
Quick
cannot
rest.
believe that.
That's
He
what
was
makes
at 99%. I think maybe he could have played it a bit safe. Retreat to center.
It's what makes, I think, playing against Puff in a last stock scenario so scary, is the fact that at all times they have the golden gun available to them, right?
Yeah, and I think the golden gun is the downer, not the rest. It's what leads to that.
That's the downer for me is more like the stun grenade, right?
Yeah.
Like it keeps them in position so that you can end up mollywopping them with something like a shotgun. But you know, like a shotgun with just one bullet. That's the thing, right? Because you miss with the shotgun shot, and you have to spend all that time reloading, and that gives your opponent the time to, you know, pull their phone out, make a tweet about it, and they get a strong punish.
Yes, which is when they were both on the last stock, and he was at 99. I think he should have retreated to center stage. Of course, hindsight's 2020, but I feel like he didn't have any reason to pressure at that point because he has the shotgun. You have to respect.
Also, that's a little scary too.
Yeah.
You're close to the ledge, too close for my liking.
I know. I would have liked a little wispy action right there, you know?
Now, can Wispy blow you off on both sides, or is it just one side?
Just the left. Yeah, because the tree's actually not centered, so.
Ooh, CTG. I thought he was so close to actually getting the second up tilt that he needed to confirm it to rest. Smart again.
Knows he's got a line.
With the teleports. And now I guess the adaptation from Marbles is just to maybe potentially burn his second jump, wait for CTG to whiff, and then come in with something like a downer. Great downers, up tilt. Oh, smart to be actually conservative in this moment with the rest. Because if he had whiffed the rest, it's 100% a stock.
Yeah, even if he landed the rest, I mean, he's at 76.
Again, aggression on recovery. It's one of the things that makes CTG so dangerous as a player. You think that he's just going to be, you know, being defensive with all these fades and evades, but the second that he finds an opportunity to come in with a downer, he will take it.
Yeah, I don't even know how he got away with that, but you're right, though. That's how CTG pays his rent. Catches you.
Right, good back air. Getting in just this extra damage. And against Puff in particular, every one of these little hits that you're able to get pays off in the late game.
There's that.
That's what I'm talking
recovering
about.
Aggression.
The best defense is a good offense sometimes. But it's not going to be enough that time to escape the grab from Marbles. So now Marbles, a stock away from putting a game on the table. But CTG, that's a rest. That's a quick stock.
Oh, drops that combo.
But fortunately, he's more than halfway there.
Yeah.
He can take off Puff, I think, with a really, really good read.
Yeah.
Which is a back throw from there. Done. Easy game. Easy life. Marbles going up. Putting one game on the board.
Game on the board for Orlando.
In this best of 5 series. CTG, again, in a very commanding position here overall. But I don't know if he can have another set where, you know.
Yeah, would Loda almost reverse 3-0'd him?
The near reverse sweep.
Yeah. I have faith in Marbles to do this.
Yeah, I'm looking at how Marbles is going to be dismantling the offensive recoveries from CTG. Because when he's able to take that off of the table, that's when he's going to have a much easier time. CTG in the meanwhile, it's a really quick rest combo, but Marbles answers back. I thought that was going to be a stop there.
I know, I was going to lose it.
Downers, wow, CTG, you're right about how he just follows that DI.
Yeah,
now
I know.
Marbles,
I was like, you see him trying to DI, but
to no avail there. And now if you're Marbles, you're definitely feeling a lot of pressure. You very well know that these 3 stocks may be all you have to work with in this tournament. I don't know. Do you think that maybe just a quick normal getup would have been better? And over 100%.
Over 100, yeah, almost always.
Yeah, that recovery just takes so long.
Depends on the character. I mean, some characters like, you know, Falcon, or they have like tricky ones where it'll come out and be fully invincible and then throw out a hitbox. But I think that was one of the times where he realized he was over 100 after the fact.
Good up tilt. Okay, that time, oh man, still not enough.
Well, yeah.
A bit surprising, isn't it, that these Thunders aren't KOing?
Yeah, that wasn't the. He was kind of at low percent at that point, but you're going to take the free percent when it's there.
Does it feel like CTG is kind of mixing up his jump heights off the teleport as well?
I haven't noticed. Has he been doing like?
Or more so when he places the aerials, if he goes for the aerial. Like right there. Full jump that time around.
I wonder if he's utilizing stick hops.
Marbles hanging on to this stock to the bitter end. 2 stocks in a row, that's definitely a very good start from him. The biggest thing here is just to not let it get to his head, to kind of coast, keep playing safe. Overextension against Puff, that's how you very quickly lose. And oh man, right there, it might be enough.
He DI'd left and then he DI'd right. And,
up air, done. Was that maybe a moment where he should have gone for the extended recovery instead?
Well, in hindsight, I mean, couldn't have been worse than that. I feel like he might have intercepted anyways, though.
Yeah, it's,
you know,
it's definitely possible, especially because of how high
he was covering. Yeah, why he was moving, not when he was landing.
Back throw not enough for Marbles. Just gonna stay on the stage. Man, I don't know how I feel about him burning the double jump there, though.
Yeah.
Could have possibly just waited on that platform a bit longer rather than committing so easily. But either way, able to take the stock, the up tilt into Thunder, actually connecting this time around.
This is virtually even.
CTG wants to maintain that height advantage so he can find the approach with the down air. But one thing that he has been learning from players like Wangera is how they're able to find openings without down air used as often as some of these other Puff players use them.
Yes. Exactly. When I think CTG, I think of, you know, his touch of death, but it's from the down airs, from the grabs. Wangera, you know, the other Japanese players, Isaiah, they kind of have a different mix.
Man, that was absolutely terrifying if you were Marbles in that position.
I know. He has nerves of steel.
This is very good for Marbles. Trying to follow CTG, unable to get the edge guard fully. But maybe a second shot here. That's what I mean. You see how he's jumping so early. There's a part of that really is so he doesn't allow CTG to get to that top platform.
Yeah, he knew he didn't want to rest there, because then the advantage that he would have just gained would have been lost.
Oh, close. Marbles. Oh, a great stock there.
Let's go, Florida.
Now just a simple stock from tying up the series. CTG pacing around, just throwing out some of these nairs. Wow, that time he didn't jump at all. You see, he's trying to do some mix-ups.
I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but I thought he was gonna get grabbed.
So did I. Certainly a mistake was that recovery. Marbles throwing away that stock rather haphazardly. The biggest thing that he needs to do is just shake it off. Cannot let that single moment cloud his judgment for the rest of this game.
Yeah, he needs to add a percent, and his last stock, rest is very much in play.
Down tilt, up tilt. Oh, missing with the rest. This is going to give Marbles some breathing room, but I guess he didn't go as far with the punishes we would have expected, but it's still almost enough, granting him a lot of stage control. How he edge guards here. Again, jumping early, and CTG knows this.
Okay, he needs to get center stage. Okay, he goes for the short. Side plat. Might have been a good mix-up.
Marbles chasing down CTG with these back airs.
See, 91. He does not want what happened last game to happen.
Great down air. Such a surprise from that platform. Just one hit from Marbles. It's all it's going to take. But he knows the same can be said for CTG. Who again, trying to get the high ground. Marbles, though, understands the sharking underneath with up airs. Great fade back from CTG. 2 minute warning for this game. Marbles!
No!
Marbles! Marbles!
Not like this.